Today I am constructing the arches that go on top of the T-frame. The reason why I want the arches up there is for plant protection. I'll be able to use these arches just like I will the mini greenhouse that I built in a previous video. Here, what we do with these arches is that we can drape plastic over it and go all the way down to the ground to protect it during the winter. We can also put shade cloth on it in the summer to protect cantaloupe, tomatoes, cucumbers, and so forth from the sun. And we can also just put some Agribon on it to let light through but reduce the wind on the plants. Wind does take a tremendous toll on plants, and we do get a lot of wind through here. So what we have here is 3/4 inch 200 psi PVC. We've got a slip and slip 45-degree angle connector, and then we've got some piping strap that holds it all together. We're using 1 1/4 inch screws to hold it together, and for my particular T-frames I cut my arches 7 feet long. What I'd like to show you is how I get these on here and how to keep them nice and tight. With the piping strap, what I do is I count 12 holes, and then I cut it in between the 12th and the 13th holes. Doesn't make any difference whether they're the small or big holes. I just use some small tin snips to cut this. Then what I do is I go into the second hole, I bend it right there with a pair of pliers. I do that on both sides. I think bending it gives it a nice finish and also gives it some extra support. Then between the first and the second hole, I take my pliers and I bend it at 90 degrees. That's what my finished strap looks like. So that is in nice and solid and tight. However, if you want just a little bit more security on that, you can run another 1 1/4 inch galvanized screw right through there into the 2x4 to hold it more securely. I've added one of those screws in there, and that is rock solid tight. That is not going to go anywhere. I'll be spacing these out every 2 feet. I started measuring from the end, put one in the end, measure in 24 inches, 48, and so forth, until you've got them every 2 feet going all the way across. Here on the top we're adding a 1x2 as support. We're using the pipe strapping again to secure this. This time I counted 11 holes, folded it over, and then used it. I did find that I do need to pre-drill these holes so it doesn't split. So this arch support will go all the way down the entire length of the grow box. I'm just using the same 1 1/4 inch long screws just for convenience, even though they are a little bit long. They work fine. The arch supports are in and the project is complete. We've got a storm rolling in right now, and it's gratifying to know that when I plant my sugar snap peas in just a few days, that they will be able to be protected from the oncoming winter winds and cold by being able to use this canopy and cover it with plastic all the way down to the ground. This is LDS Prepper reminding you, if ye are prepared, ye shall not fear. And if you use the canopy on your T-frames, you'll be able to protect your plants in all weather conditions and have a great harvest.